So, something that we thought about doing, especially during like 2020, 2021, even like 2019 before everything shut down, we were thinking about moving. And we were thinking about moving to Florida. And the reason we were thinking about that is that it would be great to be close to Disney. We like going to Disney a lot. It's something that we do at this point every year. We were going every other year and even more spaced out than that, but now it's kind of become a thing. Anyways, we were thinking we'd save a lot of money by doing that and moving down to Florida. Thankfully, we didn't do that. But there was a really big reason that we weren't going to move to Florida, and it wouldn't probably isn't what you would think it would be. It actually was the fact that we have an amazing support network here where we live now. And while that seems like a no brainer, I think the actual benefits of having a good well structured support network with multiple tiers of support is really, really important. And it kind of takes some of the stress off. So, for instance, we live in this house, and my mother lives across the street and two houses over. My mother in law lives 10 houses down the street and kind of to the corner, which is the house my wife grew up in. My brother in law lives in the same neighborhood. My sister in law lives down the road a couple of miles. And my brother actually just recently moved in with my mom to take advantage of the housing and get a bunch of equity out of his townhouse. So he also lives across the street. All this is great because, for instance, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have the grandparents come and watch our kids because we don't pay for childcare that day. And my son now in kindergarten, he gets out of school early before we get out of work. So it just makes it a lot easier to have someone who can come and watch him just for a couple hours and then be good. We're not paying him anything. So it also saves some money there. But what's also great is when we need some time off, like our kids have never had an actual babysitter. It's always a grandparent or a cousin or aunt or uncle who are watching them. So they've never actually had an actual non-family member like come to the house and watch them, which I think is kind of unique in the sense that that's not a normal thing, but we have the availability not have to worry about that. So that's what we do. And like sometimes on like a whim on the weekend, we'll be like, hey, we need to get out. We need to go do something. Let's go see a movie. Let's go out to dinner. And we'll just call up one of the grandparents and say, hey, we need some time. Can you come over and watch the kids for a couple hours? And it's super easy for them to do because we can either bring them over there, which only takes a couple minutes, or however long it takes to get them out the door, and then we're off. Or they come over here, they can put them to bed. We can stay out a little bit later. We recently did that for a friend's birthday party. We stayed out a little bit late, did pickleball, went out to one of the breweries because we have a lot of breweries around here, and that was a lot of fun. And it was just easy to have one of the grandparents come over and do the day, kind of the dinner portion, and then the other one come in to do the night. So it really wasn't that long for them. So having this support network is really great. Like we have the support network. So if we need like to borrow a car, not that we really need to do that because we have three cars, but like we can borrow a car, or if we need a ride somewhere to go, pick up a car, or if we can't make it to get one of the kids off the bus, or if they need to be picked up from school, there's just a lot of alternatives that we have. And I see that with some of our family friends that they just don't have that as an option. Either they didn't grow up here, or they don't have parents close enough because the parents moved away down somewhere warmer. Because it's cold, it's snowy. We get all the seasons here. We're currently still stuck in spring, which I feel like it should be summer now, but it's not yet, not officially at least. So we were gonna move, and we just kind of weighed out our options, and we realized that it just wasn't doable. Like as much fun as it would be to live in Florida, go to Disney on the weekends, be an annual pass holder, do all that kind of stuff, it just didn't make sense for our life. And one of the things that we really like about this is it takes some stress out of our marriage. Like, we don't have to worry about, not being able to get out of the house, or, having to be tied down to certain schedules and things like that, because we have alternatives. People can come over. We can have someone else take them to a soccer game, or my kids don't play soccer. Realistically, it's running and ice skating right now. And we're just getting into rollerblading, which I just got a new set of rollerblades, which is a new hobby, which goes back to another video about talking about hobbies. So it's one of those things where it seems like an obvious answer to have a family network, or I can go over to my mom's house across the street, talk to my brother if I just need to like vent or do something. There's just a lot of options, and that really is, I think, the key is being able to have those to kind of bring down the stress of like daily life, marriage, work, whatever it might be, and just give you that opportunity to kind of get out. So this is the reason why we didn't end up moving. We're going to probably live in this house for the rest of our lives, to be quite honest, because my son is very attached to this house. As a kid, I moved around a ton, so I have no affinity towards houses. In fact, I really don't like owning houses, because all they are is money-sucking, draining things. Yes, there's equity, I know that, but I don't like it. I could do without it personally. But I do like the fact that we own a house currently, because we don't have to worry about buying one, or whatever it might be. So we'll probably live here forever, and instead of moving, we'll just build upon it, make it better, update it, do those kind of things. And by the time we're in retirement, it'll probably be a very nice house. We'll probably have to do some of the major things like roofs, water heaters. We did the AC last year, but yeah, we'll probably be stuck in this house for a while. I mean, we'll live in this house for a very long time. I don't want to say stuck, but yeah, family networks are definitely super important to have, or a support network, I should say, is definitely key to taking some of that unseen stress out of your life.